up, beautiful people? Welcome once again to hellohnclothing. And in today's tutorial, we are going to be embellishing this beautiful gown here. Yes, so I'm sure you've seen everything, all the processes that were involved in making this gown come to life. Everything, the drafting, the sewing, the perfect finishing, and yeah, this is where we are at right now. So we can't leave this thing there as it is. We are going to be making sure we jazz it up. So we have some things that we're going to be using to jazz this up. Okay, so first off, before we go further, please subscribe if you're yet to. Please give me a huge thumbs up if you're getting value on here. Drop comments as well. Okay, and yeah, let us begin. So this tutorial, we're going to learn how to embellish, how to make beaded fringe, and I'll be showing you the materials we're going to be using for this project. Okay, so here on my table, I have the leftover lace fabric that we can cut out to do some embellishment because they have some kind of design. So you need lace fabrics that have designs, okay? That's if you want to cut out. And either you use this kind of small scissors that can go in to the net areas so that you have a very neat sewing, a very neat cut out, that's what I mean. Or, because if you use this kind of scissors, this is too big and it may prevent you from cutting as close to the design as possible. Also, you could use a soldering iron, that's the one that will melt the lace. You plug it to electricity and it melts the lace as you go along. So either of them will be fine. So already I have some cuts out here. I just put it in this nylon bag so that we don't take so much time cutting and all. I have some cutouts. It's just the same process. So you can see that this now is just this design that has been cut out carefully. So like I said, a lot of process goes into making gowns, styles, dresses like this. So you want to take your time to achieve a perfect fit. So all of this will make use of that. Let me just keep my lace since I've cut out what will be okay. If I need more cutouts, I will be sure to cut them. Also, I have this beaded fringe because when I went to the market, guys, you would not believe it, per yard of this beaded fringe was 4,000 naira. Not the whole pack. You know your normal fringe now, normal fringe that does not have anything, does not have any beads on it, the normal cloth one that rained one time, that one is there normal. Then you have beaded fringe. If you go to the market and you want something like this, just tell them you want to buy beaded fringe. Per yard of that is 4,000 naira, right? So you can imagine, and it even comes in grades. You have the one that shines, Swarovski and all of that. So you can imagine how many yards you're going to be buying to make what you want, okay? So I just rurally, gingerly went to the bead section in the market and got sand beads. So I didn't even see a stopper. I looked for stoppers. I didn't see stoppers. So I just went to get sand bead. Let me show you how it comes. So it came in this pack and I got this whole pack for 1,500 naira, about 2,000 naira thereabouts. Yeah, so I got this pack for 2,000 naira. So you can imagine when you have this whole pack, how many beaded fringe you could make with it. Okay, the only thing is it's time consuming. So if you're going to be buying the ready-made one, you're paying for their time because they sat down to do this whole thing. Meanwhile, if you buy this and you say you're going to do it yourself, then be ready to sit down at a spot for a while. But the good thing is you can multitask. You could be seeing a movie. You could just be doing it when you're really not doing anything active. Just be stringing the beads, okay? And yeah, in no time you would have made as much as you would want. So I have this. I've strung about how many? I don't know if you know waist beads. They look like waist beads. They look like ileke. I could just place it at strategic places, you know. I'll fold it into two because I made it like 30-inch long and just sew it down. I use the color that will come out on it instead of using royal blue. I have just 4 strings. I'll show you how to do one more string. Then the rest you would imagine it on your own, okay? So I just place it, just put it randomly since we are not going to be doing a long yard. This one is just to be placed at specific places. Also, to help with stringing the beads, you have to get a beading needle. So this is like the beading needle. It's super tiny. Like, see how tiny it is? Super duper tiny. This is how tiny it is. Yeah, and the hole is so, I'm sure this is the needle that the Bible was referring to when they said it's easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle. I'm sure this is the eye of the needle they were referring to, okay? Because this is super tiny compared to our regular needles. This is like a regular needle, but see the beading needle, tiny, so that it could pass through the hole of the beads, okay? Also, I tried to do like an experiment. I have this invisible thread. It's like fishing line as well, okay? I have this fishing line here. I used the fishing line for some fringe. Then I tried passing the regular thread in the beading needle and it did pass through. So I shouldn't have even bought the fishing line because the regular thread will fall properly. It's going to bounce well. So let me show you. This is my regular thread that I used to make this. Can you see how it bounces well? The regular thread I used to make this. Can you see how it bounces well? Yeah, this is how it is. Okay, so let's compare this with the ones that I used. I don't know, can you see any difference? You see this one is coiling. You can see it's coiling at some point. It's having some coils. Can you see what I mean? Unlike this one is just straight down. Can you see what I mean? Straight down. Let me show you another one because I did like, see this one too, used with the fishing wire. It's not dropping as it should. I don't know, it's having some kind of curve and coil as against just dropping. See this one too. See how it looks. These are all fishing wire. That's the invisible thread. It's like the fishing wire. So those 3 are having some kind of, but I'm showing the style design, you may not notice. And this is my regular thread falling the way it should, okay? So for the other ones, subsequent ones, I'll just use the regular thread to do that. But if you want it invisible, that's fine by me. Okay, so let me just show you the process real quick. I'll just do a tiny one. You could double the thread, you could make it single, all depends on you. I'm not going to be stringing any other thing. I'll just use this thread this way. I'll use only one strand. I'll knot the bottom because I do not have a stopper. If you have a stopper, please just use your stopper. I searched and searched the market that day for a stopper, couldn't find one. So once you knot your thread, next thing you do, pour your beads into a flat plate or a plate like this, something that you can have access to easily, and just be tricking your needle in. Fortunately, some will fall into the needle, like some will go in there, then you just push down. See, it's falling all nice. So see how it is falling nicely. I'll just keep going. So guys, can you see this one too? You can see how it's falling nicely. So I hope you can see the difference between thread and fishing line. Can you see the thread? You can see, right? You see falling nicely. Okay, let me see if you can tell the difference, or it's just my eye that is deceiving me. So can you tell the difference? Okay, let me put it again, another one. Can you tell the difference? Can you tell the difference? You can see. Yeah, I'm sure you can tell the difference. So it's left to you, whichever you decide to do. And I do not have a stopper. The only thing is just that the ends will not be neatly done, but with the stopper I wouldn't need to knot and the ends will not be this way. Okay, so now that we have this, the next ingredient we need, I'll just be using only these 5 strings, so I can't string anything again, I'm tired. The next ingredient we need is either your uhu gum or your B6000 glue. So either of those glue to be able to glue this applique on there, as well as you still need your needle and thread to actually secure them down, because if you just use the glue, except it's just for a photo shoot, it's not something they keep wearing over and over again, because if they keep wearing it over and over again, girl, best believe that all the glue, all these appliques will fall off using just the glue. At the end of the day, it will be tacky and all of that, yeah? So please try as much as possible to secure it good. But if it's just an outfit that is a one-time thing, then you can decide to play with it whichever way you like. Okay, so now that that is settled, let me get my needle. Yeah, I'm still going to be using this thread or the other thread. Let me pick all this, and I hope you know that this can also be repurposed into that beaded front that we see in most designs. Like you can see up here, this this sand bead can be used, can bead the style design to whichever way you use. So it will really come in handy if you just get the pack. Okay, all right, so I'm just going to be removing this from on here, place it here so that it will be easy access for us to see properly. Alright guys, so you just want to pin this how or cover up so that they won't even have an idea of what is going on. See how I'm pinning it? You can pin on the mannequin first, like standing, so you can see before you remove and do it right on the body, like what I'm doing, like so, like this. You guys, I have so many grammarians here, so it's just like I need to be watching the grammar I speak. I remember one time that you guys were challenging me. It's not like so, it's like this. It's okay, oh. Sorry, professors. Me, I am just your fashion teacher. I am not a grammarian. Okay, so yeah, you just want to place it if you want it to cover up the nude mesh, that's the nude skin tone effect, you need to cover as much as possible. Okay, and don't be stingy with your lace. So I have more lace to cut in case I get exhausted of this ones I've cut already. Just do it neatly, do it nice and beautiful. Yeah, so okay, I think this bust is good to go. So I'll just remove the pins and glue where exactly I've placed it. Yeah, then on this side, to cover up the stitch lines, let me pin it. Okay, so to cover up the stitch lines here, you can, I cut some flowers. I can use flowers to just go around, or you could as well as just cut, what do you call this, you could as well as cut, there are some lace trimmings that you can just put there instead of doing all this small ones. I'll put this flower only in the middle there, and this is, at least it's making sense, small. Then here I'll put these other ones to cover a whole lot that way. Okay. I'll place it on wherever that stitch line was very prominent. Place it there so it covers it up. Place it there to cover those lines up. Just cover, then do the other part. If I have any other thing to place here, I'll do that. So let me start pinning, not pinning, gluing everything up. So Alright guys, so far so good. You can see what it's looking like. This is the trimming I used. I just cut it diagonally and placed it in beads with my glue. So next I want to just put the beaded fringe. I'm using the normal regular thread. Please use the same color so it's not so obvious, or use a fishing line, okay, so that it's not so obvious. Anyway, let me start. I'm just securing the thread in place. Next, you want to take the fringe, determine where you want to put it. I'll just fold it into 2 equal parts, like so. I'll first of all secure where I want to sew it. Okay, that's, I need to sew it at that point, like sew it down at that point. You can use the transparent thread, I mean the invisible thread, okay, instead of using this one. Then right at the middle, that's why I use for 30 inches, so that I can have it directly at the middle. Right at the middle, I'm going to sew it down there. You could also pass it through one of the holes there, so it's sitting pretty at that point. Just secure very well at that point. You can use the same color if you feel it would be too inside. Catch one of the beads and secure it. Okay, so I can cut that part off now. So it'll be dangling pretty on that part. I'll do it at another place since I don't have much of this. First of all, secure it there. Wherever you want to put it, secure it there first. Next thing, take one of the fringe, right? Go to the middle of it, the midpoint here, and you can just pass the needle through one of the beads there, so that it's exactly at that midpoint. Then just set it well though, so okay, so sew that part up. Okay guys, so we are through finally with everything. You can still go ahead to put this on the sleeve if you want to, yeah, and I'm sure you've seen me fit it already. You can decide to put more of this beaded fringe at strategic places, right? But I did only 5 strings, and yeah, usually I get the concept. So this is what I have at the end of the day. So guys, if you did enjoy this tutorial, do not forget to give me a huge thumbs up, also subscribe if you're yet to, guys. Comment, please. This is not an easy task, you know, like teaching all the secrets in designing, right? It's not easy, so please just encourage me by commenting, by subscribing, by liking. I would really appreciate it. Okay, yeah, until we see you in the next tutorial, stay safe, God bless you, bye.